Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsey Hostin back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. Got to chill out and relax, enjoy myself a little bit. My daughter was away at camp for an entire week. She just got back yesterday, so I'm so excited to spend time with her. And we'll be hanging out with you guys, tomorrow at Moneyball. That's another conversation. But I had a great week. Seems like it's going by so fast. Started out this week, as many of you know, down in Detroit. My loving home at the Horatio Williams Foundation 2 day basketball team camp, and it was a great time down there. 65 teams in over 2 days. My guy Horatio Williams did an amazing job. It was a great event, great way to prepare these teams for what's called the live period. If you're not familiar, that's when the coaches come out and watch them, which is what they did this weekend at the BCAM Reaching Higher event over at Grand Valley State. Shout out to Coach Corn over there hosting that. So our young people are getting all these opportunities to fulfill their dreams by playing in front of college coaches and doing well. And because I've been editing some 40 interviews over the last few days, including making a trip back down to Summit and up to Saginaw United because of some technical difficulties, I've been really immersed in the social media aspect of it. And it made me think about today's topic. And it is not to take light of the tragedies that come when people have problems and issues and conflicts, but beware the digital fatal attraction. Yeah, fatal attraction. Anyone of my age or older remember this movie? It came out almost 40 years ago, 1987. Michael Douglas, Glenn Close, who talked about a relationship that went bad that led to some terrible, horrible things happening. And again, I'm not taking light of domestic violence or any kind of violence against anyone for that matter, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever it may be. But it just really made me think about what we are drawn to and how it can be problematic if we're not aware. So what is a fatal attraction defined as? When a quality that first attracts an individual to a romantic partner is the same characteristic that the individual later interprets negatively. Another way to call it fatal attraction is what happens when you're attracted to someone who is diametrically opposed in personality to everything you need in a relationship. I think this is a very helpful conversation or definition as it relates to the topic today, the digital fatal attraction. And what am I talking about? When it comes to social media, and this conversation isn't just limited to the young high school athletes that I've been featuring, the ones that I've been talking about when it comes to name, image, and likeness for high school athletes. This is a universal message that can go to both students and adults alike when we talk about the pros and cons of social media. So when we talk about social media, when we get started, what do we say? What's a good thing? Why is social media good? And a lot of people will probably argue that, social media is a horrible thing. Look, I'm here to tell you there are several pros to social media I think are very important for us. For example, staying connected with family and friends worldwide via email, text, FaceTime, etc. Hey, my birthday is coming up this Friday. Wow, 48 is creeping up on me. And social media will say, hey, it's Lindsey Hell's birthday, and it's a really good chance I'll get a outpouring of love from so many people that I can't touch, can't see. But social media does that, and that has a positive effect. Also with email, reaching out to people, FaceTime. My daughter's up north right now. They left the camp to go to the cabin, so I can still stay in contact with her. All these things are very important. Of course, text messaging as well. Another pro is social media. Quick access to information and research. Who are you talking about here? I'm a PhD candidate. I'm always researching something or researching something for you guys to be able to find out that, the movie Fatal Attraction came out in 1987. Wow, I was 11 years old. I was practically my daughter's age when that came out. But that's what social media provides, that quick access to information. I got my brother Kevin Marshall Sr. in the building. Good morning, my brother. Hey, appreciate you stopping in on the town hall with SPS Ed, sharing your thoughts. And I appreciate that, man. We are moving closer to this idea of name, image, and likeness for high school athletes. Waiting to get some communication back today. Today could potentially be a big week, but I'm going to keep you guys focused. But Kevin, I'm just talking about the pros and cons of social media. I want to continue to go down the list of the pros of social media. Hey, banking and bill pay at our fingertips. Tell me about it. Back in Detroit, we got DTE. Up here, we got Consumers Energy. I pay that bill with just a push of a button. Boom, boom, boom. We're good like that. All the other things as well. Also, too, benefits of that. Online learning, job skill, content discovery. I mean, man, there's not a topic you can't get in-depth information about to some degree, substantive and even more so without going online and social media. We call it YouTube University, man. If you got to fix something on your car, If you want to learn something about a unique topic, that's another thing that provides the pros of social media. Also, involvement in civic engagement, of fundraisers, social awareness, providing a voice. Again, I just spoke about the town hall we did to be able to get this message out, and I was able to digitally record that. So now that town hall with all the pros and cons, the do's and don'ts, what's prohibited with a high school NIL in Michigan when that becomes law, people can get access to. And also, it's a great marketing tool. You can see all the things. Every time Kevin has a great interview coming up, he's had our guy Torrey Jackson on there from Detroit Catholic Central, the coach that is represented from the Saginaw area, to see his photos and his images up there saying you got a great event happening. So it's a great marketing tool, okay? Also, too, opportunities for remote employment post-pandemic. We've learned that a lot of times we can work remotely. We can be in a different city or different state and do so many things. So there's some great things we can talk about that benefit to social media. But let's talk about the bad. Why is social media bad? What are the things that we are really concerned with? This is more of a psychological thing, the online versus reality. We have this idea that, we present our best on social media. We do the very best we can with this online persona, but it's not necessarily that big of a deal when it comes down to the reality we live in. It may just be polar opposite of what we're talking about. Kevin says, yes, sir, it helps big time. It does. So when people say, oh, I hate social media, well, no, it's a double-edged sword. It's other things, but it's all about how you approach it. Also, increased usage. Now, my goodness, I got 2 more interviews to post. Shout out to Saginaw, Julian Taylor, and DeQuavius Boop Hardy. Those will be the last 2 I'll be posting today, and I'm done with that for a minute. But I'll turn around and we'll be at Moneyball posting as well. But you can have increased usage. You can go down that rabbit hole. Talk about the times when you picked up your phone and looked at something on social media, and an hour has passed. I don't think there's been any phenomenon in humankind that allows time to pass like that. That's something that's man-made. Because you can say being outside, taking a walk, being in nature, time can pass. But yeah, you can definitely get caught up in the increased usage. Also, social media has the ability to be addicting. You can really talk about the different, I'm drawing a blank right here, and I talk about this all the time, maybe I've been up all night, but, the endorphins that come out when we use social media, when we get that high from a like or someone likes your picture, you go and you see all these different comments, there's endorphins that are released. Those are hormones that are released, and that can lead to addiction of always wanting that, always seeking that, having that idea. Also, social media can give you that fear of missing out. You see your people partying on the other side of town or the other side of the world, like, man, I missed out. And then you go, what's going on with my life? I'm not where I'm supposed to be. That's not a conversation I have, but that's conversations we can have by looking at social media. Also, we get those self-image issues, not knowing that people are using filter, and getting their best shot, and they're taking a selfie 20 times before they post it to be able to get their best. So you end up looking at it and saying, wow, I'm missing out. I mean, somebody can look themselves, and it may not be the most flattering picture, but there are things they can do to construct and doctor it to make it look a certain way. So individuals who see it will end up creating their own self-image issues by saying, wow, I don't look as good as those people look on social media. So what can we do about it? Easy question, right? What can we do about it? I think the first thing that our research has showed us, we can attempt to model the behavior we want to see. All these things that we talk about that are not good with social media, can we model that behavior? Can we take a step? Can we put the phone down for a minute? Can we not be so much caught up on the things that we see, or when we see someone partying and having a good time, understand what it took for them to get there? If you see a group of people on the trip, that trip has probably been planned for several months. Social media can give you that idea that things are supposed to happen instantly. Oh, man, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And if you think about it, if each individual has a big event plan that they've been working on for some time and it happens, and then you see another group that does it and another group, it can give you the perception that, man, everybody out here balling. But everybody else could have just been buzzing and getting to that point. Let's be real. I'll say a word that's probably not even appreciated on social media. Budget. Yeah, people budget. When they can't afford things outright, they work on it and pay it in portions. They budget. But see, these are the things that we talk about and embrace, because social media has led us to believe that everything is supposed to be opulent. Everything is supposed to be, we balling out of control over here. This is how we do it. I get to those bills when I get home, and that's never a good thing. Also, too, you got to set boundaries. I do see people saying I'm taking time off social media, and I respect that. Fortunately, I'm in a position, I think my social media usage involves so many other people, so it's not as if I'm using it for myself personally, even though I do have personal use and I enjoy it. But I can understand when you set boundaries, so that's enough. or some things I won't even go down a rabbit hole on certain topics or certain things. I can bypass it. You don't have to watch everything on social media. It's like a car wreck that draws you in. So set some boundaries for yourself. Also, too, take time to engage with face-to-face with others. That's the most important and powerful thing. One thing I enjoy about the fact that I had a technical issue with a couple interviews, I said, no, let me go up here. So when I went up over to Summit and got to spend more time with first-year head coach at Summit, Derek Clark, that was great to get to know him a little bit more. Julian Taylor, he's up in Saginaw. I don't get to see him much, but got to get back up to Saginaw, spend some time with him and the young man Boop, and learn more about Saginaw United being, Saginaw High School and Arthur Hill merging together. So those face-to-face encounters are important. And also, you got to be aware of glancing at your phone. I think the statistics that we may glance at our phone 1,000 times a day. Yeah, we don't want to miss a call. We don't want to miss a text. But try to be present. Can you put the phone down? I hear about people having dinner when you go to dinner, we put our phones away. Or the first person who picks up their phone got to pay the tab. Ooh, that'll change that for a lot of people, right? So I just want to talk about these things to remind you that the same things that we can be in love for and pursuing that come from social media can be to our detriment. I know our young people want to get their name out there. Young people want to create a brand, and those things are important. You may want to create your own brand for your business, but beware that we don't allow this digital fatal attraction, that the same thing that we're going after is the same thing that can hurt us in the end. We got to be able to keep respect. My brother Kevin Marshall says, that's how I feel I have to take a break from me, but when the others that's listening need me to keep encouraging them. I think that's a fine line, Kevin. I can appreciate your transparency when you know that, hey, it's getting overwhelming. You recognize where you're at. You recognize your triggers. And this social media thing can be that. And again, I'm on social media because I'm typing and I'm posting, I'm pushing out. So I would say that more of my, usage may be content curation as opposed to consumption. I think the consumption is what we got to be careful with. You can spend all day making food for people and you'll be just fine. But hell, you can't eat it all. You can make a meal for somebody every day, all day long. You can be tired, but you're making meals, putting it out there. But if you sit and try to eat everything, it's going to be a problem. Kevin says, yeah. So that's what I want us to keep in mind. That was on my heart to talk about this, this digital fatal attraction. You might have to put it down for a minute. I'm going to have a moment or so to put it down. I got 2 more interviews to post. They're practically done, but at least I can be done. I can take a break. Now, I turn around and say, I'll be with my guy Des Ferguson tomorrow. Moneyball is kicking off. It's going to go all the way till August. It's going to be a great time, but at least I can just take a break. I'm going to get out here, certainly, guys, go get a workout in, go ride the bike, hit the gym for a minute, get some other things done before I get on the road and take care of some other business. But my point is, beware of that digital fatal attraction. I just talked about social media has its pros and cons, but know what you're in it for. And when you start to get overwhelmed, like I was last night, I had to take a break. I had to come back and finish it early this morning. Be able to do that. Be like Kevin. Be able to recognize your triggers. And taking a break is not a bad thing. You want to just be able to connect. And the best thing in this world is we can get face-to-face with someone. I look forward to seeing my mother later on, too. That'll be a great thing. All the more reason for me to get on the road a little earlier. So with that being said, guys, this is Lindsey Hulls with SPS. Thank you for supporting the platform. I'm grateful that the growth we've had over these years, that we can help our young people, that we can help other adults, and we can just connect with each other in a good way. So with that being said, have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, have a great year, have a great life. Peace.